Well, hey, everybody out there in Stephen King YouTube land. It's September, about the middle of September, third way through September. Anyway, it's been a while since I have been to this bookstore. I'm out and about and I have a few extra minutes to spare. So let's go in and see what treasures await us. As far as book club editions go, this is actually not too bad in terms of quality. In fact, with the exception of not having the quarter cloth binding, it is a decent facsimile of the quality of the first edition, which is admittedly not great. You can kind of see some striping as the paper stock changes here, but it looks pretty uniform overall. $25 seems like a fair price. Honestly, there's some condition issues, but the reason why somebody would pick one of these up is because it has the same dimensions as the first edition and would look decent on your shelf as a placeholder, if nothing else, and, you know, for a fraction of the cost of the first edition. So you can kind of see it. Gutter code of T45 implies, I think, indicates that this was published sometime in the 70s. So, for what it's worth, not much, I suppose. Man, row after row after row of Stephen King paperbacks here today. Most everything. This is interesting. Let's see. The Stephen King Horror Library version edition of The Haunting of Hill House. So this is, I guess, a library of titles selected by Stephen King. Also, Stephen King writes the introduction to this exclusive Stephen King Horror Library edition. Interesting. Pretty bare bones look there. Stephen King Horror Library on the spine. Copyright page. Edition was specially created in 2003. Interesting. Yep, there's the introduction. Man, lots of hardcovers on the shelf today too. It's interesting. It's a book club edition of The Dead Zone. Man. Insomnia, both variants. Very nice. Night Shift. Wow. Pet Cemetery. Misery. What? Salem's Lot. The Shining? What the heck?
And now a word about our sponsor.
For over 20 years, StephenKingCollector.com has been the internet's go-to source for all things Stephen King. From breaking news and real-time sales updates from around the internet, to forums where you can connect with like-minded collectors, to information about first editions as well as highly sought-after and rare limited editions, StephenKingCollector.com has it all. Additionally, the collector sells custom slipcases to protect your most valuable and cherished treasures. The collector now offers book sales directly through the website and an all-around upgraded and improved payment system. With improvements and updates happening on a regular basis, there's always something new to see and experience at StephenKingCollector.com. The link to the site is in the description for this video. You should go check it out. You'll be glad you did.
So first thing, if this had a jacket, I would be all over this. But the Salem's Lot Illustrated Edition, nice cloth binding all around. This was an anniversary edition, I think for the 30th of Salem's Lot, 2005. And it features the same photographs and artwork as the much more expensive Centipede Press limited edition. Paper quality is really nice. This hasn't yellowed or aged a day, basically in 20 years. 1574. The cover has some wear. If it had a dust jacket, it was in nice shape, that would be a great find. So yeah, some interesting book club editions. $25 for Night Shift. This is also from the library of JS. So JS potentially passed away and all of their books ended up here. So you have your basic, it is at least, two-tone, and it has more of a paper binding. This is actually a step above the quality of some book club editions that I've seen. And it has a jacket, which is always nice. Inside flap, you can see, is a lot lighter. And then the outer has tanned and stained over the years. But $25 for that is not a bad deal. And wow, a couple of book club editions of Pet Sematary, one of which is in pretty decent shape. They're both $20. The first, well, aside from book club edition inside the front flap, the first indication with these is that they're not the right height. So the original Doubleday books were the shorter trim size, like Salem's Lot, but Pet Sematary was a full size, like 9.5-inch book, and these are visibly shorter. You have kind of a cheapo facsimile of the finish. The original had cloth all around. This is fake pseudo quarter cloth with this kind of paper, sort of a green, puke green foil imprint there and on the spine. Nothing to write home about, but could be an interesting find for somebody. And finally, Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot for $15 and The Shining for $30. Nice thing about this, yikes, except for the fact that it had a sticker or something on the front cover that left a huge piece of residue behind, is that it has, the nice thing is that it has the wraparound jacket artwork. But yep, both of these are from the library of JS as well, and they both kind of have El Cheapo facsimiles of the first edition bindings. But as far as it goes, these are in not bad shape. There's Salem's Lot. I'm actually in the market for a copy of Insomnia. And I think this is a first edition. Yep. So this is this variant. They also have a copy of the alternate variant in. But I can tell the alternate is not a first because the jacket is smooth on that one. And this one, there is embossing that you can tell right away. It has price inside the jacket. And the copyright page has the handy dandy number line, including the number 1. That is in decent shape. Yeah, actually, binding looks nice. There's just a teeny bit of spotting that could be foxing. Hopefully it's not pest damage. I doubt it. So yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but I've been looking for a copy of Insomnia to go on my Dark Tower shelf because it is so integral. The jacket could be cleaned up a bit. For $9, it's a decent deal. Insomnia is an incredibly common book not hard to find. And sometimes you just have to dig inside your heart and ask yourself, do you feel moved by the spirit of Stephen King to purchase this item? And today, I do not. I also haven't seen this in the flesh yet. $22.94. Very, very cool.
I was like, he probably wants it. Yeah, probably. And then he'll sign that.
So I ended up leaving empty-handed. It was also cool to see Hansel and Gretel, which I'm looking forward to, and I do intend to pick up at some point, but I had not seen yet in the flesh. It is a very good-looking book, and I do look forward to digging into it more in the future. But anyway, thanks as always to channel sponsor Thomas, and thanks to channel member Nick Dean for your ongoing support. Thanks to all of you for watching, for subscribing, for your engagement with the channel. I really, really appreciate it. So until next time, wherever you are in the world, I hope you take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you later. Bye.